So what I do, and I'm pretty sure like nobody does this, and that's why I believe in my levels. My smallest trade is going to be like a 1 to 3, 1 to 4. I catch 1 to 10s, 1 to 15s, 1 to 20s on the regular, and I've shown it here since literally 7 months today. We catch at least 2 to 3 100-point trades a week for free for the past 7 months, over and over again. I just show it.
I'm buying the course. Send me the link.
He said I'm buying the course.
We all know I got weak ass hands. I got weak hands. Brett has diamond hands. Llama, diamond hands. These guys can hold a trade. Now, what is it about you fib traders that you just get so much confluence in holding trades to these next levels? I gotta know, because I've considered adding maybe coming up with an I'm developing a strategy. I don't want to give up too much, but like an orb style fib, right? That can give key zones for holding on the breakouts and such. And I want it to be very mathematically tuned in. But you guys have diamond hands. How did the fibs give you so much confidence to hold like that?
For me, the fib levels are literally like the algo levels. So, and another thing that I think a lot of people try to like downplay is there's people who say like, this is my R to R on a trade, right? They say like, I have a 3 to 1 R to R, right? So they're saying like, I'm going to make 300 and I'm not going to risk more than 100. But if they take $100 profit, that wasn't a 3 to 1 trade, right? It was just a 1 to 1. So you have to be able to like follow your rules of the R to R. And I think the fibs have that best balance, because if you catch that golden pocket area, if you're just riding it even to like the 50% retracement, that's already a 2 to 1. Anything up from there is 3 to 1 plus, mostly. You know, it depends on the trade typically, but for the most part, it almost always is, right? I don't know how you trade it, Llama, but you know, you're always looking at like a massive multiple of at least 2 to 3 R to, not massive, but good multiple of 2.5 to 3 R to R on a trade. And that 382 or that 236 level is almost always going to be that perfect target, because actually it's called the GP to GP. I don't know if that's how you show it too, but
golden pocket.
Coach,
yeah,
can you show us?
Yeah. Let's say that I did take this short here, right? Like, so let's say the candlesticks went, you know, whatever, something like this, and then here, right? So now the level that I'm looking for here is now a new high, right? So now it's a new high. So then I'm going to then draw from the high to the low, from the low to the high, right? So let's say that it went up here, right? And my target is going to be back down in this golden pocket range, right? So this is what I call like the GP to GP type thing, right? If you look at it though, that 236 is the golden pot, like in that range, it's the same level. So again, I don't know, a little bit confusing. I don't know if you have a better way to explain it, Llama, but the 236 is the golden pocket of the previous one, if that makes sense. So like, you know, you're drawing it from the bottom.
You take it from level to level. So
yeah, like
really
this.
How
you can
I
see
do
it. If I'm looking to short here, right? This 236 is
right, exactly. For the 7-8. Okay, so what I do, and I'm pretty sure like nobody does this, is I got rid of every single level on my fib except for the 236 and the 786. So I don't like to hesitate or double think when I'm at the 382 or the 0.5 or the 618 or the 707. I ignore all those fucking levels and I don't care about them, and that's why I believe in my levels. And I catch such big ass like my smallest trade is going to be like a 1 to 3, 1 to 4. I catch 1 to 10s, 1 to 15s, 1 to 20s on the regular.
Oh, if you're using the 786, for sure, you're doing 3 or 4. Yeah.
I only do 786 and 236. Now, how I place my fibs, it's a whole different story, and it's based off like really high time frames. So I have the confidence of when I'm on the 1 minute looking at it, I know I can just catch some type of entry off the 1 minute, and it's gonna be pretty accurate when it's based off a higher time frame, which is a lot more data.
Right.
Like if my areas of interest are based off higher time frames, which is filled with hella data, it's gonna be more accurate than someone looking at a 15-minute support zone or a 20-minute. So you know, like these small types of structures on the lower time frame.
Yeah.
So that's why they kind of react kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
And I've shown it here since literally 7 months today. We catch at least 3 at least 2 to 300-point trades a week for free for the past 7 months, and I've shown it back and back and back and back and like just over and over again. I just show it.
I always,
and I don't have to deal with the 0.5 or none of that shit. I don't do.
I always thought fibs like, oh, you could put a fib anywhere on your chart and it'll give you a level, because you could literally just put them anywhere and be like, look, yeah, one candle touched this, right? You can, but I've never seen fibs hit so consistently from either of you. Llama's is insane. I'm telling you. I mean, it's nuts.
My entry today was off the 236,
right? But Brett
and I could have held it to the 786.
Yeah, if Brett didn't go into the prop world, he would be one of the biggest streamers on YouTube right now. The momentum that golden pocket was picking up was insane. Yeah. Insane how it was rolling. It was sick.
It's gonna always be your best, because it's just like Fibonacci's like in the world. Like it's in seashells. Like you can like literally Google it. It's in like,
yeah, we looked it up. It's the amount of sunflower seeds. It's crazy. Like, yeah, it's one of those weird mathematical things that's in the world. We have our CSO, our chief security officer here. He is a disgruntled, raging PTSD Marine, and he hates fibs as much as he hates the Middle East, and he is so against them. But he cannot deny the profitability shown over and over. He can't do it.
Oh, man.
My difference in strategy is like, so like, where's your stop when you do that? Because like for me, I'll try to, it depends where it lines up with support, right? But like, let's say I take a trade off the 618, right? I'll probably only add like one time. So my stop's typically almost always below the 786, as long as it lines up with something. So like I have a tight stop here. So I'm
typically getting in at the 786.
What'd you say?
I'm typically getting in at the 786, and my stop is a structure point at the 786. I'll have like a 10, 15 point stop with a 100-point TP. Yeah. Like it's like a 1 to 10, 1 to 15. Like,
so I typically scale in from like the right at the 6-1. It depends, right? It has to line up with something, but like I'll do like 1, 2, 3 ads, because for me at least, what I see is a lot of the time it doesn't get to the 786, and I'm sure you see that sometimes too, right? That's not bad, right? Because for you, honestly, you might take less trades than me, but you have higher R to R every time, so it doesn't really matter, right? You know what I mean? So like I might take more trades because I'm possibly taking it in this zone, but you may take less trades and have a better strategy, right? It just depends on like what the win rate was for how many times we took it. But the good thing is like for all of yours, again, you have such a tight stop. If you're entering down here, most likely, you know, you're probably not holding till the bottom, obviously, but usually there's like a wick or there's something here, right?
Point's usually 5, 10 points.
What'd you say?
There's times where the 786 reacts so crazy that my stop is the 786, and I'm in right off the bounce off of it. Like right now, if I was still in this trade, I'd be at a 1 to 6 RR, and if it goes to 255, the TP I wanted, which is my 786, which is a 236 to the 786, it's a 1 to 9 RR trade.
Like right here, right? I guarantee you these two candles are in the golden pocket. Ready? I'm going to draw this low to this high. Boom. Golden pocket, right? Like you take this bounce on Tesla, you took it from the GP, right? The 707 wick or 786, and went right to the 236. Boom. Right? You do it again. Well, maybe we won't do it as easy this time. Who knows? But, you know, we'll see what happens here. But there you are. And the funny thing is, too, like that 236 right here, right? So if you take it from this high to this low, that's the short golden pocket right here.
There's the golden pocket, the 786. It lines up.
The 236 is the short GP. That's why I always take profit there, because it could possibly reject. Do you ever do extension?
But that's why I get rid of all the other levels, and I only have 236 and 786, so I can hold through. I don't hesitate at the 0.5 or the 382 or the 618. I don't have it on my chart, and I got rid of it strictly to avoid hesitation and thinking, should I close here or should I enter here? For me, I'm gonna give myself worse entries, and I'm gonna cut down on my criteria and lower my standards if I'm looking at the 0.5 and the 618 and the 382. So I literally just have 2 levels, and if I get to them, I take trades. If I don't get to them, then there's no trades.
Yeah.
Right.
Makes sense.
But we're typically there every you could ask how many people are here. The 1,600 people here that have watched me for 6 months, you can ask them how fucking accurate this shit is. It's fucking crazy.
It's insane.
Like I don't know. I think it's a
That's
cheat
why
code.
I think in my mind, and you guys know I've been around, my fat ass been around trading a long time. But these are the only two people I have ever seen put a fib on a chart, and I'm like, I'll fuck with that entry. I mean, obviously, I think Llama is. You guys know I think Llama's the number one of all time when it comes to fibs. I've never seen it. I trade next to the guy every day, and I'm like, this is insane. This is insane. But Brett's Golden Pocket Masterclass is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. That's more of your traditional fib trading, but it's just done so well. It's very clean too. The way you set up your fibs with the gold and gray and change the colors, change everything.
That kind of like emphasizes for me, like I completely hear what Llama's saying too, and I get it. But for me to kind of not take off the levels, but like emphasize it, I just keep the gold ones on there, right? And like,
should we have the CEO? Should we have Brett come back? Are we gonna have a fib off one day, chat? Do we need a fib off? Do we need a fib off to find out who is the fucking king of fib?
I'm feeling like a secret sauce.
I feel like we need a fib off.
Llama, you ever used extensions?
I don't even know what that is. I really don't know much about much.
That's when the girls are getting ready for like the bachelorette party and they put their hair into like much longer, and then they say, "Bitch, don't pull my shit. It's extensions. I paid $370 for this." That's what he's talking about.
So like,
I haven't used those.
So extensions, when you're at this is actually a perfect time. Like when you're at all-time highs, it's tough to find targets, right? So I don't use the traditional. These aren't the real fib extensions. I'm not even going to.
Oh, you're talking about where it's on both sides of the fib.
When it goes above your, like past the one. So like here, right?
That's how I determine.
Oh no. I have positives and negative on my fib. Like your fib is only going from 0, 2, 3, 6 all the way to 1. I have it on both sides.
Yeah. So that's an extension.
Yeah. So I use extension.
Yeah. So like this, for instance, like if I didn't know that this candle.
Pay attention to this, chat. Pay attention to this.
If I didn't know this candle was here, I can do from this range. Like this is obviously this is the monthly on Tesla. So this is like for the past few years, this was the range, right? Like this is the high, and this is
first eval past.
So if I'm gonna blast through this short GP here and go back to the all-time highs, what would my target be? Well, who knows? Because there's no levels up here. Like there's literally fucking nothing, right? So I'll put on the extension levels of the same levels that I was using. 236, 1.5.
I'm back in the long.
Back in the long. GP hit right there. That's 255, 786.
Yeah, I'm been back in the long.
236 to 786.
Anyway,
full TP 1 to 8 RR.
Anyway, look at the first target to the wick.
487, right to the wick.
1.236. So when you're at all-time highs, if you think it's going to smash through all-time highs, your targets are simply the previous range and add the extensions. That's it. Like to the wick. This one was, right? So that's how I look at them.
So the thing is, I refib every single day, and kind of like what I say is the difference between like how I fib and how other people fib is you're fibbing like a structure point, and you're kind of showing like levels you're currently in. Like today, I had this 255 that I just like look at the chat. I just put this in the chat right here. I've had this level marked out, and I do this every morning. So
that's the fibs.
Nobody could have like been like, oh, we're going to the 255 because it's just randomly there. And I do this every morning, and there we go directly to it off my 236, and there's a 130-point trade live in front of everyone.
I love it. The best one recently we had was the Trump one, right? Literally to the 618. I don't know if you knew that on the daily. Did you catch on like that Trump the tariff dip? You take the low from this rip up. You can't get better entry than this.
I took the longs off of
you know what's funny? I could show you a fib. I fibbed the yearly. I'll show you. I have fibbed that. I had called the bottom.
Yeah. You go to the monthly chart. If you have, so like all you do, right? You go on the monthly chart. Let's like when you're here, right, and you draw it from the low to the high, you're probably thinking in your head, "There's no fucking way we're ever gonna get down here." Right? You look at this chart. This is what 12 months, 15 months right here, right? This is actually 3 years, almost 3 years to go from like here to here, right? And you're like, there's no way it's going to come back down here. But you draw the level. You just draw the level, right? And you set an alert. And if it does, you fucking take the trade. And sure enough, you go through it, and all of a sudden, that bitch starts dumping. It starts dumping.
Yep.
You got your levels, and then all of a sudden, boom! Like you cannot get a better entry, man.
So do you see how we're hesitating at the 255? That's why I hit a full TP on my 786. I'm done for the day. The day's over. Just like that. Or if I didn't take the long, I'd now start looking for entry criteria at my 255 and sell it right back down.
So how do you draw it there?
Oh, here, look at that. Look at this. Look, they're fibbing it out. Look, you got.
So how do you draw it?
You got to pay.
Brett, I will personally get on a one-on-one class with you and teach you after this. But if you fucking tell anyone, I promise you I will need 40% of 40%.
Okay.
And I will put it on a contract. I'll put you on a fucking NDA, I promise you.
You guys, the fib daddies, I'm telling you, a fib off here is necessary. You guys are the fib daddies. Brett, I think you would actually really enjoy Llama's fibs and the sauce that he provides, and I think it could add an extra layer to your. I mean, I'm telling you guys are like very similar in style. You have the long term holds. You do the damn thing. I think that would be a fucking insane.
I'm buying the course. Send me the link.
He said I'm buying the course. Where's the student? Where's the pizza players? Where's all my pizza players?
Llama's like going on the course. He's like editing double the price, and then he said,
"Right. Yeah, we actually have
right
one
now.
It's now
you said this guy lost 350.
It's 25 grand.
Up real quick.
It's 25
You
grand.
said he lost 350 in one trade. We're charging 150.
Yeah, easy.
It's light to this guy.